Thank you very much, Robert. Our third and last speaker of this panel is Obbie Afri. He's a PhD candidate at Karoli Gaspar University in Budapest and is currently working at Indonesia's Financial and Development Supervisory Board. And yeah, his research mainly focuses on environmental law and climate litigation. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Guten Abend, Damen und Herren. Alles gut? Sorry about my German, just to make it easier for everyone. That's the only thing I know. So, first of all, thank you for the introduction. I'm so actually honored to be included into this conference because actually I'm not working in academics, I'm working as an auditor, so to be among these amazing speakers is very an honor to me. So, yes, today I'm going to present my papers. It's about Too Green to Compete, the EU security agenda is writing ESG. And sustainability law is about the omnibus one. So, let's start begins. So, for you, okay. So, any one of you who doesn't knows about omnibus one, I think it's very recently newly adapted, I think 3 months ago. It's a directive from the European Union, which is actually simplified the sustainability law to sustainability regulation in EU, CSRD, Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, and CSDDD, Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive. Sorry, I'm really nervous. So, because of this omnibus ones, they trying to, the language itself is simplification, but unfortunately, if we read the whole directive, it's actually weakening the strength of the sustainability. Why I'm saying that? Because after the omnibus one, there is like some elements missing. I'm going to explain later. So what exactly the political behind this simplification? So, according to Budapest Declaration, as cited by this Draghi report, so the European, they have this competitiveness anxiety because EU used to be the leader of the economic growth in the past. Like, if you come to like 20 years ago, many EU companies actually listed in the top 500 global fortune, but unfortunately, it's not among top 5 anymore. Asia catch up, United States catch up, Asian catch up. So that's the reason why they want to be relaxed this called sustainability law, and because there is this is actually according to SOMO reports, there is some lobbying, made by this ExxonMobil to weakening this CSDDD because they believe that this sustainability law, this CSDDD, is a red tape and also weakening competitiveness and also, in fact, that it's stop many investment toward established in the European Union. And also, the ExxonMobil threatening that they will stop 20 billion investment if the EU does not revise the CSDD. That's according to Soho investigation. It's not me, okay? So maybe some of you why you care so much about this issue? You are not European. Well, we will go later. Actually, these issues impact more than European itself. When we're talking about supply chains, it's also affected the third world countries or developing nation. We'll go there. So why this topic is matters? First of all, I'm going to put positive and negative side. The positive side, the European, like I mentioned earlier, the European want to put their leadership underground like they used to be in the past, like 20 years ago. So they need to relax this sustainability law. And for the companies, by having this omnibus one, it will decreasing the potential. So this is actually dangerous because when we go to, when we see many climate litigation right now, usually they're using this CSDD and CS3D as a proof, as a regulation to pursue them to higher court by weakening this regulation, it's make them safer for the future climate litigation in the future. So very smart, actually. So for the word, the Brussels effect, we talk about Brussels effect, right? The Brussels effects, by having this, by softening the sustainability law, many regions like Asia, or ASEAN, they will see, oh, the Europe already relaxed their sustainability law. It will affect them as well, and it's going to be dangerous for our climate targets and our efforts to reduce 1.5 degrees Celsius according to the Paris Agreement. So my research question and thesis is, how does this EU economic security agenda reshape the corporate sustainability obligations? And my thesis answer is, basically, Omnibus does not abandon sustainability, but actually it redefines. But I would say it's a very dangerous one, because right now, sustainability does not mean protect the climate harm, but rather than to adjust to accommodate the economic security. So that's why the thesis, it's much more clear that the sustainability is changing, shift from the protection of climate harm into the economic security protection. So this is the original of ESG architecture. So the first, before the Omnibus one, CSRD, so they have a standardized reporting. So companies who establish in European Union, also the supply chains companies, should make reporting regarding their business activities, their impact to the environment, the human rights abuse, and so many other more. And CSDD is more further than that. They need to make a strategy how to mitigate, to prevent human rights abuse, climate harm. So this is actually good, actually. It's a global gold standard before the Omnibus one. Many countries actually, support this and, copying this, not copying, like inspired by it. So this is what is dangerous, because when it's relaxed by deleting some of the elements, many countries, many regions in the world will inspire and copying the same. So let's see what Omnibus 1 changed. The first, I'm not going to explain. If you really want to see the technical, you can just read my paper. But I want to explain the most important one. It's about value chains. This is so. Before this, the value chains, business partners, supply chains companies, and many should provide about their business activities when they market their products in the European Union. If you, I think to make it more clearer, if you go to H&M, Primark, you will see that majority of the products is actually made in Vietnam, Indonesia, in China. So basically, if in the past, it's these supply chain companies should listed their business activities. By Omnibus 1, basically they don't need it. We never know. Maybe we buy lots of good clothing, but the people who made this clothes, like what happened in Bangladesh, the whole building being crushing down, and lots of people dying in the fabric manufacturer. Let's say in China, there's a lot of prisoners being worked to make a souvenir, so we can buy it in many gift shop. And let's say in Indonesia, we have nickel, the lithium. Actually, 60% of lithium with your battery from your iPhone for electric vehicles is from Indonesia, but you never know. And it's proven it's destroying the environment. It's a lot of indigenous people getting disease, and lots of animals like orangutan being destroyed their habitats because of this. So by having this Omnibus 1 changes, this kind of information you won't see again, because basically they're limited, giving some restriction toward the information. So this is the political, this only value chains. And there's other 5 that probably I'm going to explain only 2. So this is the other one that I think matters to explain. So it's a climate transition plan. So before the Omnibus 1, companies should make their climate transition plans. What is it? So it's not only like ordinary information. It's just like you disclose all your business activities. Actually, you need to make strategy that your business align with the climate protection, climate Paris Agreement, net zero. So this is important because all nations, I think majority nation already signed the Paris Agreement that we need to stop the global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius in 2045. By deleting this mandatory, it means that they're not serious enough, to reach those targets. So this is the political situation in the name of economic security. That's why I call it when sustainability becomes adjustable. So it's very important to tell this message, right? Because sustainability is about mandatory to protect. Because when we're talking about target, we have to make sure that it's mandatory. When it's not adjustable, so it's not going to be easy to reach the target. So economic security as a driver is ESG reform, as I mentioned earlier, like in Budapest Declaration in 2024, according to the Draghi reports, like the usual business is no longer useful anymore. So the EU should improve their relaxation regarding the sustainability law. That's the reason why they're using this reason, economic security. But to be honest with you, I think, in my perspective, we can achieve economic security without sacrificing the planets. Because believe it or not, we don't have any planet B. Because if we not really act now, basically we are destroying the future generation place to live. So I think that's the thing that we need to remember, because this is not about, this is something that we promise, everyone's promised that in Paris Agreement that we need to reach 1.5 degrees Celsius in 2045. And the private sector, the companies, actually one of the main contributor to the emission. I will show it later. So this is it. So the global leadership Brussels effect. So this is what I'm talking about. So when this happens, the Asia, the America, because the America is like the most relaxed. Asia, because this Brussels effect, they will follow, because they believe, the role model is already relaxed, their regulation, why should we copying them anymore? So it's dangerous when everyone, so this is why Brussels effect is very important, because the European Union has been role model for many regulation, like GDPR for the privacy, the EU AI Act, and this one. And when it's changing into be more flexible, many region following it, and it's not really good for our climate targets and our plan to reach 1.5 degrees in 2045. And also the other important thing is future climate, corporate climate litigation. So before the omnibus one, many energy companies, they were the pursuit to higher court by using their report, CSDD report and CSRD report. They violate their promise, but by having this omnibus one, like they delete or the mandatory transition plan, and also this value change information and many other changes, it will be difficult for grassroots, for the states, for the entities, or the NGOs to pursue these companies to the court, because they don't have any proof anymore, because the regulation itself is not mandatory. So this is the thing that we need to be think. A lot of political situation in here. So, okay, maybe you will ask, what's the proof that climate litigation can reduce emission? I was showing you, this is actually emission trends from top 10 energy companies from 5 years. 2019-24. My source is from Sabin Center for Climate Change Law from Columbia University. So the first one is a Shell. So if you know the case Royal Shell versus Millie Defense in 2021, so the court, the Hague Court actually win the case for the NGOs Millie Defense. So Royal Shell need to follow their report to reduce their emission 45% into 2030, and they're using the report. And believe it or not, 4 years after the verdict, the emission of Shell is crashing down entirely. Meanwhile, if you look at other Shell's competitors, they keep emission, they generate emission stable or increasing. But Shell, because they already lose in the court, they reduce their business activities and eventually reduce their emissions. So it is. Climate litigation actually improves something, you know. So by having this omnibus one, it's create potential that these companies will basically expect freedom from this future potential climate litigation defamation sue in the future by like NGOs or states or like any other entities who want to pursue them to the higher court. So this is something that we need to think about. So my conclusion is this omnibus one is not only simple technical correction, but actually it's redefined what is the meaning of ESG law. And also because they're using the economic security as a legal justification. Well, it's not mine. If you read the Budapest Declaration, it's stated directly. They need to simplify it because they believe that the economic security. So any one of you like being, oh, it's only your assumption. No, it's you can read from the Budapest Declaration. And because of this, the climate litigation in the future may increase. And also sustainability now is defined, can be adjustable when it comes to economic security and also competitiveness and many more. And my final takeaway is it Europe too green to compete or too afraid to remain green? And I believe that prosperity without sustainability is something that I'm not going to endorse, because we cannot live in prosper when other people or other parties suffer for this climate harm. So I think it's very important for us to keep that sustainability about protecting the climate, to protect the environment and prevent the climate harm in the future. I think that's all my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. Dankeschön.